Okay, this is a quick recording for a particular problem. This is problem number 5 on practice 7.1, and we are to find the area bounded by y equals x, y equals negative x over 2, and y equals 5. And you can see I've drawn in the particular graphs. So the area that we're going to be bounded or finding is the area in here. And it's a multiple choice, and they give you a couple questions. So let's take a look at what the first one is. The first option is the integral. So let's go ahead and use my ballpoint pen here. So I'm going to put the first one in the upper right. Well, actually, I'll put them in the lower left here. The integral between negative 10 and 0. So in this case, it looks like we're looking at between here and here. So we're going to be trying to find the area of that rectangle or that triangle there. And what is that? Well, the equation, since we're going to be in terms of x, dx, here's our dx on this particular one. Our equation looks like it should be y equals 5, the upper bound, minus the lower bound. So 5 minus the lower bound, which would be minus minus x over 2, which is going to be 5 plus x over 2. So it looks good so far. Plus the integral between 0 and 5, between here and here, of 5 minus x dx. So it looks like number 1 is a go. So check. So that would be one that works. Now if I look at number 2, they have the identical equation except for they have 5 minus x over 2. Well, the problem is when you take the top minus the bottom, the equation is minus a minus, so that has to be a plus. So number 2 is definitely gone. Now the third one that they offer is the integral from 0 to 5 of y plus 2y dy. Now let's take a look at that one. Now in this case, instead of using a small slice of x, they're using a small slice of y. And so this is okay, because what's y going for? It's going from between 0 and 5. So that's good so far as our boundaries. And what y plus 2y? Now this could be, if I take this value and subtract this value, what do I get? Well, this is obviously x equals y. And the other term is, let's see, since y equals negative 1/2 x, you have x equals negative 2y, right? So if I subtract this one, y minus a minus 2y, minus a minus 2y, it indeed is the correct integral. Now, if I were to go ahead and integrate these out, the value for these, and I know you know how to do these, but would be 37.5. 37.5. And this is a good way to check. The other way to check then is, since it's triangles, we don't really need integration. We can just take 15 times 5 times 1/2, half the base times the height, 37.5. So the answer to this would be 1 and 3 only. So there is your recording for this particular problem, and I hope that helps.